Just a little piece of news that slipped out today that didn't make, well, as far as I can see, didn't make any headlines at all. The WHO, the WHO, announced that the CV can't be spread by asymptomatic, so it can't be spread asymptomatically, and that there's actually been no need for any lockdown, any face mask, or any social distancing. And yes, I know it just sounds like one of those, but have a research on this. I'll put a link to the article. You can go do a bit more digging. Even CNBC jumped on it in America as well. But as I say, it doesn't seem to have made any other news. I wonder why it's not made any other news. Now, if this does break properly, I bet there's going to be no protests about that. None at all. And also, obviously, the WHO or somebody's going to come out and say, oh, no, that's wrong. No, we decided we shouldn't have said that, etc., etc. But actually, they did say it. They clearly said that this hasn't been anywhere near, well, it just hasn't been anything, to be honest with you. We know it's nothing, this so-called virus. It's been nothing. It's just a flu. Of course, people have died. They've put people with the flu in care homes. To my mind, the other possibility we've been looking at here is a superbug, hospital bug, and that's part of this cover-up, is because it is a hospital bug that spreads through health workers and elderly into care homes, etc. So, which would rate it as, you know, we've had hospital bugs, people go into hospital seemingly healthy with an issue, come out with 2 or 3 different issues after going into hospital. This isn't uncommon, especially in the UK with the NHS. So anyway, that's speculation on that front. So I'll put the link in. It won't raise any feathers, this. It won't ruffle anyone's. It'll just slip under the net that the past 3 months, as people like, or 4 months now, as people like myself have been screaming, and not just over the past 4 months, but years, that they were going to try and pull something like this off. And they've done it. And whilst they've pulled this off, they've added another facet to it and distracted everybody. Well, we all know this. Let's see if the protests in earnest start when people suddenly do realise they might have lost their job, don't have an income, and the future's looking pretty bleak. As for the statues, yeah, tear Cecil Rhodes down. Got no problem with that, and Colston. I don't think anyone would really, would they? Looking into the history, we don't really need to be, anyone need to be represented by people like that. Churchill would be an interesting one, because the love for Churchill amongst the ignorant, it probably should stay there just to give them a bit of hope. But they are going to tear it down. They're going to start tearing a lot of things down. They're going to start funding things and defunding things that you wouldn't believe. And I refer you back to the statement I made before by a famous person that said, you'll know what life is like truly when they remove the carpet, the seats, the stalls, the stage, the lights, the scenes, and all you're left with is a big, stark brick wall staring back at you. And that's what's happening. Everything's being rearranged to suit a plan, which is the clergy plan, and a protocol, which are the protocols of Zion. And we are seeing it in full effect now. Full effect. Cheers, everyone.